Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. We won our first game in this Druid arena against a Paladin who conceded on the 5th turn because I was crushing him. And then I was crushing a Hunter, and he actually almost came back and won it with a combination of Steady Shot, King Crush, and then a Ravenholt Assassin. And Hogger saved me because he put that Taunting Knoll into play, stopping the Ravenholt Assassin from killing me. He had a multi-shot, which would have been very good earlier in the game. And it had a 2 in 5 chance of killing that Knoll and letting him win, but it whiffed. So I caught a break there, and I managed to stay in there. Paulo Tiago here is our opponent. Okay, so you can't keep the Chill Wind Yeti here. Not when you're first, not when you have no other place. You have to mulligan it back. I mean, if I draw an Innervate, I'm going to be so sad, but you just can't keep it. Okay, well, this is actually very interesting. I'm going to waste the Battlecry again just to put this into play on turn 1 to inhibit his plays. And what's really cool is that if he does play a 3-toughness creature, I can actually Wrath for a single damage. Draw a card, finish it off with the Voodoo Doctor, and then it's not card disadvantage because I drew a card, which is nice. Alright, we're going to draw a card off the Novice Engineer next turn, which is really great. It opens me up to a Cleave, but again, I'm not losing anything because this thing draws me a card. And then the Flesh-Eating Ghoul on turn 3 should be good. That's a good curve. He could have bigger creatures than I do, which would be a little bit unfortunate. Okay, nothing on turn 1 is good news for me. Let's just proceed in the onwards direction. That'll be nice on turn 5. So I'm missing turn 4 at the moment. I could Wrath and Hero ability to maybe kill something on turn 4. Assuming I don't need a Wrath right now. We'll see what he has. Actually okay with the Fiery War Axe. It just kills my 1-drop and this thing. That thing. Okay. Well. Does he have anything else? Coin. Interesting, he had nothing on turn 1 or turn 2, and then he has 2 plays. On turn 3, he's going to slam it. Aha, I see. So what he's doing here is he's stopping me from killing off his dude. Wild Growth. Okay, so Wild Growth at the expense of Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Damn, I don't like that. It lets me play the Silverhand Knight earlier, but we're just going to do this. And I'm going to do this. So basically, if he doesn't want these to die, then tough luck. They're going to die next turn. Battle Rage. Oh, well, he could have done that himself, so I didn't do anything. This guy actually has a pretty aggressive deck. He just, I guess, didn't quite have it on turn 1. Okay. What I'm going to do here, then, Abusive Sergeant? Nah. Do I cash in this Novice Engineer to make the Flesh-Eating Ghoul just that much bigger, or do I cash in the Wrath? Let's cash in the Novice Engineer because that allows me to play Wild Growth. So I'm going to play Wild Growth. I'm going to Hero ability on the thing that hits me less hard. We'll do that. And we're going to swing for 5. This Flesh-Eating Ghoul's a bit fragile, we can say, but still, it's a good card. And now I can play this a turn early, which is quite nice because it makes Wrath the following turn possibly deal either 4 damage, which can be significant for, say, a Frothing Berserker, or it can deal 2 damage and draw a card, and 2 damage and draw a card for 2 mana is, you know, pretty bonkers. And it is only turn 4, so because I was the first player and Wild Growth, my mana advantage is pretty huge here. I didn't see any Ironbark Protectors, sadly, but I did draw a decent number of 5 mana and 6 mana cards, so it should be okay. Okay, that's a pretty good card under the circumstances. It's maybe not the greatest because this axe can't quite kill a ghoul. Now, what it does do for my opponent is it stops me from playing my 5 and 6 drops, because I really do need to kill this thing. So what I'm going to do here is play the Acolyte of Pain. Use Wrath just to kill this off. Do I play this or do I save it as a trick? I'm going to save it as a trick. I don't want it just to die to this stupid Battle Axe. So this Flesh-Eating Ghoul hit for 5 and then hit for 6. This Flesh-Eating Ghoul is single-handedly done 11 damage to my opponent. It's, I think we can all agree, pretty crazy. What's cool about this Acolyte here is now he can't use Whirlwinds and stuff. Oh no! He has a Stampeding Kodo. Boo! Boo! That's lame. I didn't get to draw any cards off the Acolyte. Luckily though, my Kodo's gonna, my Flesh Ghoul's gonna hit him for even more damage. This is getting freaking crazy. Can I win? 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can leave him with 5 health. No, can't quite win. Okay. Well, I wish I could play a Taunt to protect my ghoul. I cannot. I will settle for this.
Ready, sir.
And this. I'm just gonna hit him for 9 damage. We're just gonna go for the throat here. We'll hold on to that claw. We'll hold on to the claw. So here you can kill off my squire with the axe, but I mean he's getting low. He's gonna finally kill off that ghoul. Okay. See what he's got here for 6 mana. There are things that could definitely prolong the game, like a Sunwalker, let's say. He's gonna axe the squire a question. And for 6 mana, Fen Creeper. Well, it's a decent card. Definitely prolongs things. Wrath is pretty solid. Very solid, actually. It's actually pretty insanely solid. So now I could do 2 damage and draw a card and then run my dude into it, or instead I'm actually just going to deal 4 damage to it. Trade in that thing and swing for 4. I'm really just going for the kill here. So I've got 2 relatively sturdy creatures. My card advantage is pitiable. I mean, he's got a bunch of cards. So the card advantage front I'm doing really badly, but he's got 2 health, so I'm trying to burn him out. I can kill this thing. The other thing will get the killing blow. Does he have some kind of more disruption? I can actually claw plus hero ability would be more precise as a way to get rid of that. Arcanite Reaper, it lets him go out in style, I guess. Oh, he's going to go out in style. Okay, so he saw that I could just kill this Taunter and kill him. So anyway, that was a good game. So he had massive card advantage against me, but I think I made the right decisions there. I played toward the correct out, and then I got that out. So, yay! That Archmage has been really good with that 7 health. I'm really glad I took him over the, what is it, Wind Fury Harpy. The Wind Fury Harpy in that case probably would have been just as good, but it's just a bit more solid there to have that guy. Plus the spell damage was good. Yes, the spell damage was clutch. He had a Fen Creeper. I dealt 4 damage to it with a Wrath, and then did 2 more damage with the Abusive Sergeant, dealing just enough damage to kill it off. Had it been a Wind Fury Harpy, I couldn't have killed that Fen Creeper elegantly there. Spokes the Shaman, okay. Anyone who's not a mage or a priest is fine in my book.
I must protect the
Well, this isn't my favorite thing to do, but I'm going to keep the Acolyte of Pain. And you might think, well, Boris, this is kind of a lame 3-drop. Why don't you want to mulligan it? The answer is, I might not get anything better. So, like, imagine if one of these had been like my freaking Sea Giant, then, you know, I would have had nothing to do. So this is where being second would have definitely been a lot better, because then I could at least make a 3-drop on turn 2 with the coin. As it is, oh no, it's a slow start. And he's got a fast one. I can kill this with my hero ability if I need to. And in fact, I'm actually gonna waste the battle cry. I think it's worth it just to use this creature to trade against this Worgen Infiltrator. Because I don't want to be hero abilitying to kill this off next turn. I'm gonna fall too far behind. I want to just be playing my actual cards. Okay, well, the Wolf Rider is an interesting option. What he's doing is with the Novice Engineer, keeping this guy hidden. He's trying to trade the Novice Engineer for the Abusive Sergeant, which is card advantage for him, because the Novice Engineer drew a card when it came into play. Obviously, this guy didn't. But I have no way to avoid that, unfortunately. So we're going to play the Acolyte, I think. And I'm going to actually do this just in case he has a buff, like a Shattered Sun Cleric or something. Buffs this, kills my guy, leaves this thing alive. Let's just kill it off. So we'll see what he's got for this Mana Tide. Oh no. If I'd played the Harvest Golem last turn, I could actually kill the Mana Tide this turn. As it is, oh, I can still kill it. Ha 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 ha. Because this is a good card. Okay, yeah. You definitely need to kill them. By the way, pro tip, you need to kill Mana Tide totems. They're really ridiculously good. So my opponent is doing alright on the card front here. He's got 9 cards to my 6. Hopefully this guy is good for a card. Hopefully. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Geico can help. Do I have any answers to that guy? Nope. I never saw any swipes. What is it with me and not drafting any answers to stealth creatures? So frustrating. I wonder. Yes, yes. How do you get so many cards? The Novice Engineer and the Mana Tide Totem. Oh, and that thing. Oh my god. This guy's the card advantage bandit. I'm gonna trade that off. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to get as much value as possible. I could, of course, spend all my mana on this, but man, then the Noble Mission Mentor can just kill my Squire. It's not a good scene. We're gonna do this. We're gonna damage this thing. Oh, I should have done that first. Always draw cards first. Okay, well, I drew another 7-mana Knight, which I didn't want to play anyway. So anyway, now I'm threatening to get the kill here, and the Acolyte of Pain, barring Stampeding Kodos, should be good for 2 cards, which is all I want. And, well, we might even play a Hogger. I mean, if the Sen'jin lives, I'll play a Hogger, because then the Hogger will be protected by 2 cards, and Shamans, to deal 4 damage, either need a Lava Burst, or, well, obviously a Hex, or, you know, spell damage plus a Lightning Bolt, which I guess, I guess now that I run through the gamut is a real large number of ways. Okay, there comes the Hex, which I'm fine with. That's a Hex that's not hitting my Hogger. Man, how could he have that many cards and decide that hexing a Sen'jin is worth it? He must have, like, a really strong hand. Damn.
Put this apple on your head.
Knife Juggler. Oh, jeez. Well, that Hogger's gonna have to wait. I don't think I can let that Knife Juggler survive. So we're gonna have to do this, I think. Yeah, it's the only way to get the kill on it. I mean, other than Hero Ability and Harvest Golem. Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll waste half of it. That's fine, though. Kill this off. Draw a card. See what it is. Ooh! Well, that's actually not good here. It just dies to the No Mission Mentor. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And there's really no point hitting that No Mission Mentor, I don't think. Well, unless he has a Shattered Sun Cleric. Yeah, if he has a Shattered Sun Cleric, I want this No Mission Mentor to not be alive. So we're going to go whack it, actually, here. We'll play around the possible Shattered Sun Cleric thing. Okay. Plus now this way it'll die to the Gnolls. Okay, anyway. So this game I'm definitely on my back foot. He's got 8 cards to my... Well, I got 6 after that Acolyte of Pain finally cashed out. Flametongue Totem. Solid. Wind Fury. Okay, so that's just an extra 4 damage. It's not a big deal. Yeah, he's going to do the trade. Like a good honest man. And I can't kill that Flametongue Totem. I can kill the Flametongue Totem. Okay, this is where it is totally appropriate to use this guy in charge form. Get rid of that thing. This, again, it's just gonna die. Whatever, we'll do it. I mean, it's either that or a Hero Ability for a point of damage on his face. It's just stupid. We'll leave it alone. He can kill this, and the next turn, of course, I can use Hero Ability to finish it off and play like a Hogger, let's say. Problem with Hogger is that if you haven't been able to establish board advantage, he feels very fragile. Your opponent just has to get through 1/2/2, and then they can get at the Hogger himself. Uh-oh. Well... I think my Panther's going to have to trade against this Flesh-Eating Ghoul, is what the moral of the story is shaping up to be. Farsight. Well, you should probably do that first before doing your Flesh-Eating Ghoul thing. Forked Lightning. Ah. That is a shame, because now I don't have an answer to that Flesh-Eating Ghoul. This is where my lack of removal is a real problem. I have a couple of Wraths here that I will happily play. I'm going to actually fish for those Wraths. I really need to get rid of this thing. Whew, okay. So I made the right call fishing for those Wraths. I can also play Harvest Golem. I'm not going to dick around here with the card draw. We're just going to play this and call it a day. So it's a bit sad. I keep not being able to play my stuff, but actually I'm doing fine. He's got 6 cards to my 6, and this thing regenerates. So I actually managed to make it back on cards. My life is fine. I'm doing all right. I mean, I'll be able to suddenly drop, like on turn 10, I can just drop both of these dudes, and if he doesn't have a Lightning Storm, he's boned in the face. Plus, he's mana loaded. He's only got 6 mana here to my 8. Stampeding Kodo. Okay, kills the Novice Engineer. Either way, it wasn't good for me, so I'm not like, going to whine about it too much, basically. He's going to use the coin to get around the Overload. To pull it out. Oh, wow. That was... Okay, I suddenly understand my Farsight can be impressive. Holy ball sacks. Yikes. So this doesn't really work because this guy just kills the Null and gets enraged. This doesn't really work. This sort of works. I'm just gonna play this thing.
You gotta be kidding me!
It's a bit scary doing that, no joke. It is a bit scary because now my other creatures are unplayable, but I just want to kill off this Gorobashi Berserker. Wow, I don't think I ever realized how good Farsight can be because you don't have to play it right away. You can like pay 3 mana now to have a 3 mana discount later. Oh, he played a Gorobashi Berserker with the coin for 2 mana. Holy hell. That is bonker sauce. Bonker sauce. Well, anyway, after that Kodo and the Gurbashi, he's back in the game. For a moment there, I had like a glimmer of hope, and then it all just dissipated completely. Fire Elemental, so he's going to use the Kodo to kill off my Ventrico Mercenary, it seems, or perhaps a Lightning Bolt. Nope, just going to use the Kodo. He's got a crazy good board. Well, I can just flood the board here with Shatsicles. I think that's better than playing. I think it's better to play 2 5-drops than 1 6-drops. Oh my friggin' balls. Okay, this sucks. Whole lot of donkey balls. Okay, I need to kill this Flame Tongue, I think. Can I let it live for a turn? It's going to deal 4 extra damage to me. I just can't let it live for a turn. Damn it, I had a glimmer. A glimmer, I say. And then it was all gone. Yeah, we're just going to do this. I'm going to have Squires attend the motherfucking shit out of me. So this is 12 damage out of 10 health. It's not great. Shamans are decent at burn. But, I mean, I gotta just go for it here. Do have this Voodoo Doctor and my hero ability for healing, assuming he can't burn me out this turn, which is totally possible as a shaman. 2 lava bursts would get the job done. If he flips a spell damage totem, a couple lightning bolts and the rockbiter weapon would do it. Some kind of charge creature. If he has a charge creature, he can swing with one of these and put the charge creature in the middle, and then get the Flame Tongue totem's bonus an extra time. So this could have been a Bloodhoof or whatever thing. I think it would have been better. I could have just played him without any reservations. Oh god. Well, he's flooding the board too. So at least he can't kill me immediately. That's what he's showing me by, like, killing my stuff. Mark of Nature. Wow. I could make a Hogger. I don't want him to be taunted though, because then things can attack him. I don't like this thing to be my Mark of Nature. Actually, it would still die. Damn. Excuse me. Do I even want to use it? I might not even want to use that necessarily. I could just make a 4/11 taunt. I think that's what we have to do here. I don't see. I don't see any other alternative. And if he has a silence, then he can just go suck a dog. So let's see. I think we need to kill his highest damaging stuff, basically, right? So that means one of them goes here. And then... maybe I could kill the Flame Tongue, drop this down to 5/3. It's a bit more manageable. Yeah, we'll kill off this Flame Tongue. Seems good.
If you insist.
And I'll just play this now, just to have another creature on the board. I might want it there. Okay, we'll see how this works. He's got 5, 9... 12 damage, so he could do that, leave the Yeti at 1 health if he wanted to, and that's if his 2 cards are completely undisruptive. If he has any kind of disruption, though, I'd say he just runs away with it at this point.
I wonder.
But if he doesn't have disruption right now, I mean, I might actually be okay. Because then I can finish off this Yeti after it's done running into this thing. With my hero ability, let's say, and play Hogger and 2-for-1 into this pirate, and maybe I'm okay. Plus I get to draw a card, we'll see. Just gonna run it in. Uh-oh. Fire Elemental my face. Okay. Interesting choice. Is he gonna run the other 2 creatures into this? He's gonna actually sit tight. Interesting choice. Fascinating choice. I'm not sure I agree with that choice. I mean, maybe I agree with it, but I'm just not sure. Okay, well, let's go ahead and try to make the most profitable trades we can. So this seems like a no-brainer. This seems like a no-brainer. Playing both my creatures seems like a no-brainer. And let's just kill off his totems. So, I don't know. I could be okay here. It's hard to say. With what he has on the board, he can't get to Hogger. He'd need, again, help in his hand. He didn't seem to have help last time. He had a Fire Elemental that for some reason he didn't shoot my Archmage with. or any of my creatures. I think that might have just been a strategic blunder on his part with the Fire Elemental. We'll see. I'm hoping he's got a Bloodlust up here, because a Bloodlust would just be terrible. It would just be horrifically bad. And so if one of his cards is Bloodlust, it'll be a waste of card. That's pretty much a waste of card. I mean, I'm gonna hit his creatures anyway, so I really just couldn't care less about them having Taunt. Well, it's okay here. Innervate. Fuck, this is where Innervate is not good. Okay, anyway, what I'm just going to do is keep on trading. So, I think I still have enough life total here that I can actually use my hero ability. So we'll do this. That seems easy enough. Then we'll trade this thing in for that. We'll do that. I'm going to use the Yeti to kill that thing. Don't forget to attack with Hogger. So I want to keep this guy's health above 3. So I think this is a Bloodlust. He's been holding on to this for a while. I think he's got a dead Bloodlust in his hand. And I've got a dead Innervate in my hand. The odds of me using Innervate are very, very small this game. It actually has happened before. But without Gadsden Auctioneer, this is just a dead card. So hopefully one of his cards is a dead Bloodlust, and I have a dead Innervate, and we're kind of even here. Well, I managed to somehow come out ahead here. He had card advantage early on, but I caught up with the Acolyte of Pain. Well, that's unimpressive. Actually, it is kind of impressive. My Yeti would have to die to kill it. Shoot. Fairy Dragon. Okay. Well, here's what I'll do. My life total is still high enough, I would say, that I can do this. So we're gonna kill off everything he has. I don't want that Bloodlust getting any kind of value in his hand. Do I play this? It'll die to a Lightning Storm, but if he had Lightning Storm, we'd have played it. Let's hold on to this. Wait. Let's do a quick count. We're gonna make another gold null, so we're gonna have null. We're gonna make another null, so this is 4, 8, 10, 12, 14. I've already got enough damage to kill him. I don't want to throw out another thing that dies to a Lightning Storm. If he does play a Lightning Storm, let's say with spell damage and kills off everything, I want to refuel in the top deck war that follows. So here's a totem. Healing is useless. He has finally top decked a Hex. Well, had I played this last turn, I'd have 4, 6, 8. Oh, he's gonna concede. Okay, I would have 4 plus 6 is 10. Yeah, I would have won had I played that last turn. But I think given how much ahead I was, it was a reasonable decision to hold this back. Well, it was interesting. So, had it been the Bloodhoof, the regenerating Chillwind Yeti legendary, I could have played it earlier than the Hogger without any reservations. But it might not have been as good as the Hogger was with those taunting Knolls giving me lots of card advantage. So I guess the Hogger pick in that particular game turned out to be better. It appears to me. I might be wrong, but that's what it appears to me. Okay, 4-0. I've learned not to even care if I'm at 4-0. Because a lot of times, just too many times, I've ended up losing at like 4-3 or 5-3 or 6-3. So whatever, we're just gonna keep on playing. Not gonna care about the score too much just yet until we get to 6 and can say that we've had a satisfying victory. Okay, this is a terrible opening hand. It is ungodly bad. We'll keep the removal, of course. Everything else needs to go. It's too speculative to keep any of that stuff too risky. Early plays. Okay. Wow. We have ourselves a curve. I think I will actually coin out this Wild Growth. There was that one game where it got way too close, and I think it got way too close because I just got seduced by all these creatures that I had, and I just didn't play the Wild Growth, and I really should just play the Wild Growth. So now we can play the Acolyte of Pain next turn. We can hold on to this as a surprise, which is really nifty. If the Acolyte of Pain lives, it's not going to live. Well, actually, it could live. I mean, it could. I could play the, let's say, Voodoo Doctor's Battlecry is probably less bad to waste. And Wrath this thing. Whatever, man, we'll do that. Oh, jab. Well, we'll Wrath this. It's 1-for-1 removal. It's, keeping the pressure up. Slowing him down. Hopefully now this can trade into a creature with the help of the hero ability, let's say. Maybe I can play the Acolyte of Pain at some point? Nope, not a chance. Yuck. That's ugly. Okay, here's what we have to do here. Yep, okay. Here's the plan. We're gonna do... Well, we should... Yeah, we'll do this for a card. Because technically I should have done that first. Makes no difference. That would have been a good card to see, the Nourish, instead of Innervate last game. When I top deck Innervate, had I top deck Nourish instead, that would have been a real game changer. Anyway, we're going to kill this off. So I don't think it's any card disadvantage for me. Well, it actually, well, I played a Wild Growth in the coin. I think I'm actually fine on cards because the Wild Growth, or the Wrath drew me a card. And I used one card plus hero ability to finish off thing. Okay, he's gonna do that thing. Interesting. Does he have like something else to back it up? Nope. It's just a bad card under the circumstances. Okay. Well, the wild growth is really paying out already, I would say, because I can shapeshift, just get pure card advantage here, and play Acolyte Pain. I don't agree with that move. Basically, this you could call it like a tech move where he thought maybe if I had a good 5-drop, I'd be stopped from playing it. It was a gamble, I guess. It didn't really work out for him, though, because I didn't have anything to do for 5 mana. I wasn't going to, like, nourish for cards. I was going to do things. So I just went up a card for absolutely nothing there. I might have been tempted if I were the one holding that, the Acolyte, or the Sergeant to wait for it, because the Battle Cry is really good. So I draw a card. Fairy Dragon dies to Fiery Vorax. I could draw cards here, but let's not... oh, it's 10 mana. So let's play Windfury Harpy. Not very good odds of survival on this thing. That is for sure. Not against a warrior with a Fiery Vorax and 5 cards. But whatever, we'll make him do something to kill it. He'll need the axe plus something else, which more or less negates the card advantage of the axe. This Mark of Nature is really bad, because right now we're both in a situation where we're just killing everything the other one plays, like that, for example. Shit, he gets to keep the axe. Damn it. Oh no, he's gonna hit me. Man, this guy's making mistakes. Let's see the weapon behind this. I think he's making mistakes here. I really do. I think that this is playable on an empty board. I think he shouldn't have played the Abusive Sergeant, and I think he shouldn't have attacked me with the Fiery Vorax. I mean, look how good the Fiery Vorax would be here. It'd kill the Knoll, pave the way for a charging creature to kill the Hogger. Maybe he thought, well, I have another Fiery Vorax behind it. In that case, okay, it's a reasonable move. Now, if he can't kill the Hogger, which he'd need like a Mortal Strike or a Fiery Vorax plus a Core Crown Elite or some pretty specific set of circumstances. Slam Execute, I guess. Whirlwind Execute. Okay, there's a number of ways. But if he doesn't kill it, this thing does start to get kind of ridiculous. Oh my gosh, this might live now. Ah, he did have another Fiery Vorax behind it. Okay, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So, what's awkward here is that if I play Defender of Vorax, I don't actually want this thing to have Taunt, because then it's not protected. Similarly, I can't play this without giving this thing Taunt, which is hilarious. So Mark of Nature is not a help in that regard. I can play the Fairy Dragon, but I can't put Mark of Nature on it because I can't target it with spells, which is high friggin' hilarious. I could just give this thing 4 health and hope that the health is enough. If I make this Sea Giant, a Taunter comes into being. He's going to have to work to kill the Hogger. He needs some kind of a buff or something. Whatever. I'm just going to go ahead. Wait, can I actually... Wait a minute. Can I actually do this and the Sea Giant? I can, can't I? Yes. Let's just be very careful here. I'm going to do this. Buff this. Make the Sea Giant. And I'm just going to kill this engine. So, I am vulnerable to a Whirlwind, of course. But Hogger did his job, I would say. The Knoll ate an axe, he killed a Senjin, and then he's probably going to die to something now, but I mean, he did his job. He gave me a huge card advantage. This is something that you have to... Yeah, so now the Core Con Elite's going to kill right into it. This is something you have to remember about Legendaries. They don't have to, like, win you the game with, like, an ZOMFG motherfucking blowout. Like, if they just are, like, really freaking good for card advantage, then that's totally great. Okay, so here... I could nourish. I don't need to nourish yet. I got things to play, honestly. We'll just play that. It seems fine. I think this seems more than fine. And then we'll leave my dinky little 2-1 protected behind these giant taunters and swing for, you know, ass tons of damage. Okay, this is a very good situation. I'm ahead on cards, ahead on life, and ahead on the board. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. He could have a mind control attack, and if he does, then he can go fuck himself. But then if he steals my giant, then so be it. Alright, he's got some kind of targeted removal here. Slam, okay. He's going to draw a card. He can still play a mind control attack after this. Interesting that he's not slamming this. Why not slam the Sea Giant? Is he trying to kill this off somehow and leaving the Sea Giant alone? Ah, Arcanite Reaper, okay. Well, that's not a very good answer for this engine. By the way, if you've ever... By the way, first of all, you need to armor up after attacking because it really matters. Second of all, this is a good illustration of why I'm hesitant in my drafts to take the Arcanite Reaper. Every time it comes up, you'll notice that I pretty much always hem and haw. And it's because, like, of situations like this, it just doesn't really help you. Now, you could argue nothing would have helped him here. But my point is, the Arcanite Reaper is not like a god card. It's very good under certain circumstances, but it doesn't help if you're not already winning. Okay, quick check. This is 4 attack. So we got 9, 12, 14, yeah, this is enough to win. Actually, Claw would have also been enough, but I just topped the Claw. That I already was holding in my hand. Oh yeah, that was a very solid win against the Warrior. Probably the most solid. Well, no, the most solid was that Paladin who conceded on like the 5th turn. But that was one of the most solid wins. We made our natural dominance. Anyone remember that? That was like the archives of Papa Boris, like back in the day, like all of a month ago. Natural dominance, yeah. Such a punster. Okay. Well, 5-0 is good. Again, I've been at 5-0 before, I'm sure, and like lost at 5-3. So I've learned not to get too excited. Just keep on playing the games, keep on seeing what happens. But like I said, I'll be happy to get 6. I can go to bed. I have to be somewhere in like 8 hours. Actually 7.5 hours, and I still need to sleep, so like I really shouldn't be playing this. But whatever, we're gonna just do it. Just gonna do it. It's fine. Fracco the Paladin. Still no mages in this arena. That's probably like the luckiest thing about this run so far. Nourish. Let me talk about this. You don't really want to play this on turn 5. This isn't like a turn 5 card. I mean, unless you're like going from crazy mana ramp and you're actually using the 2 mana crystals. It's not a turn 5 card. It's a top deck it in the end game and get 3 cards and backbreak your opponent type of card. Okay, I don't believe I have any Divine Shield in this deck. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe I do. So this is just a 3/3. Now against Paladins, it's a little bit better than average. Just a teensy weensy eensy meensy schmeensy bit. Because it can steal a Divine Shield that Paladins will sometimes preemptively put on their creatures.
Reporting for duty.
This thing's an awful card. The 2 toughness is what really makes this thing terrible, in case you're wondering. Okay, so we're going to kill this, obviously. I can kill it with Claw, but that just seems dumb. We're going to kill this. Now, I have 2 options here. I can just play a Harvest Golem and, let the recruit kill my guy. Or I can try to protect my recruit by shapeshifting. And I'm going to do this on the principle of don't let Paladins keep creatures. That is it. It'd be nice to have a creature on the board here, but I don't want Paladins to keep creatures, so we're going to get that thing off the board here. And let this grunt take care of the next one. Okay, well, he's putting more stuff out, which is a bit unfortunate. Innervate. Wow, I can innervate into Hogger. Is that worth it? You have to really think about these things. Because it looks sexy, but how good is it really? I get a 2-1 with taunt, a 2-2 with taunt, and then a 4-4. He... 5 mana. He's got the coin still. 5 mana. What could he do? Well... he has to get through 2 taunters, so like this gets through 1 because it's damage. This gets through the other one. There's 5 mana left over to kill Hogger. That's kind of hard, actually, I think. My other option is just to innervate 2 3-drops here. But I think this might actually work. So it's a high-risk move. No question that is a high-risk move.
Time for killing.
I mean, I guess if he has, like, Silence Owl and Blessing of Might. Yeah, silence one of these, kill the... well, silence this one, kill this one, Blessing of Might on the boar, kill Hogger. Basically, my gamble is that if he can't take care of Hogger right now, which is a Paladin, is very tricky for him. Mages is like, psh, Fireball, Frostbolt, Polymorph. I can rattle them off the top of my head how many ways Mage can deal with this. But a Paladin is actually kind of tricky for him to deal with this right now. And then there is, yes, an increased chance that I'm just going to start spewing out 2/2 taunts every single turn, which is, kind of bonkers. Oh, what am I talking about? I'm dumb. True Silver Champion! Oh, jeez. Jesus Christ, I am terrible at this game. Yeah, Boar into that, and this kills the Knoll, and then True Silver Champion kills Hogger. I'm dumb. Sorry, folks. I apologize. That was stupid. The right play there was to innervate, just to make sure I get use out of it. And then, like, maybe Wolf Rider kill this thing and just play, like, a Harvest Golem or something. That was probably the right move. You don't want to just wait too long on the innervate. Time will pass it by. Oh, wow, I cannot believe I forgot about True Silver Champion. Does he actually not have it in 7 cards? I mean, he might not have seen it in his draft. I've had drafts where I didn't see one. He might not have drawn it, of course. Consecration. How is it that the obvious, like the 2 most obvious Paladin outs I didn't think of? Consecration would let him kill Hogger, and True Silver Champion would both do it. Well, I think he's bugged out. That's a bit anticlimactic here.
Well met.
But I'm pretty sure my opponent is completely bugged out. I feel bad for him. I'm going to say sorry if that is the case. So what I'm going to do here is just kill this. Use that to heal my dude back up. We're going to use the Knoll here because the difference between 1 damage and 2 damage against Paladins is immaterial. And I would actually like to play out the Golem, holding out hope in my heart that he will play a Divine Shield and let me steal with Blood Knight. Okay, well this is very odd. I think my opponent's bugged out. This has happened to me before as well, where I can't play anything and then my opponent keeps having his turns. Has it happened to me, or did I just read about it on Reddit? Oh man, that's a really that's a really sad moment in your life where you don't know if something happened to you or if you read about it on Reddit. Like you're not quite sure you could like go 50-50 on it. Okay, so he's bugged out or just sitting there. I guess he might be griefing me. That's possible that he's griefing me here. I don't need to play any of my creatures because I'm gonna run a room for the Knolls. So we'll just do this, this. I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for like a quality consecration or something. Whatever. Even then, the golem would live. I apologize, folks. If I knew what was going on here, I would tell you. I don't know. He could just be holding equality consecration. I'm just waiting to play it, but I don't know then why he's not. Why he wasn't making recruits.
Well met.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna squelch him. I don't understand what's going on. He might be griefing me because he's pissed that I played a legendary. That's possible. He might just be like, "Oh, you fucker! You don't have any skill. You just won because you top decked a legendary." I didn't. I actually top decked Innervate, bitch. Anyway, the point is, he might be griefing me because you can see him wiggling his cards. He might be bugged out. He might be griefing me. He might just be drunk. These are the best things I can think of. Okay, he left. Well, I don't know why I'm saying well played. I'm saying well played to you, the viewer. Oh, gentle viewer, to you I say well played. You have watched a YouTube video. I have recently actually been at 6-0 and then lost 6-3 with a shaman, no less. Was it a shaman? I think it was. Can't remember if it was a shaman or not, but I think it was a shaman. It was really sad. So anyway, hopefully we get our 7th win here. But anyway, it doesn't matter because 6 is the new success rate. I have to confess, every time I say that, I feel a little bit artificial. Like I don't know if I will ever believe it in my heart, but as long as I believe it on my tongue, it's good enough. 6 is my new success rate. I've officially changed my spreadsheet to reflect this. If I keep getting 6-win runs, I will bleed gold, but at a pretty slow rate, enough that I'll have gold enough to last me for quite a few more runs. And I will pay money to play the game, so I'm not gonna stop playing just because I run out. Okay, well here's the plan. Probably Novice Engineer. Wait a minute. If I keep the coin, I can actually play this guy on turn 2 with Innervate and the coin. That's hilarious. And then we'll just keep these guys to follow up. Sure. Let's do that. Actually, what's funny is this is probably about as good against Druids as it gets. I don't know what answer does a Druid... what does a Druid do against a turn 2 Ventricle Mercenary? I don't know what a Druid does against that. It's hard. I guess maybe the best answer is what he's doing right here. He's got a really aggressive start. Okay, he doesn't have a 2-drop, which is extremely important. He just has a 1-drop. This Leper Gnome will deal a lot of damage to me. It's gonna hit me twice. It's gonna deal 6 damage to me actually, which is a bit crazy. But I think I could have killed it. I could have like coined a Novice Engineer. So to be fair, there was a decision to be made. I did not choose to coin into Shapeshift to kill this thing, and what that allows me to do is play the Ventricle Mercenary on turn 2. Now that move is predicated on the belief that it is difficult for a Druid to deal with this. If I am mistaken, and if he deals with this with aplomb and panache, then I'm actually in somewhat of a troublesome spot. What's really hilarious is I can actually put Mark of Nature on this and make it a 7/10 with taunt. Mad Bomber, that's ballsy. The Leper Gnome does not survive the Mad Bomber. Okay. Well, I'm at 22, which is a bit scary, but whatever. I cashed out with good luck. I can actually make this Panther because it's a spell, which is funny, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to put all my eggs in one basket here. Now that this has taunt, I don't need to attack his creatures. His creatures can attack me. And I can just swing for 7 damage on, you know, turn 3, swinging for 7 damage with a 7/10. No big deal. Nothing to see here. Move along now, kiddies. To be honest, I wasn't really planning for this when I drafted Mark of the Wild and... what is that? Mark of Nature? I can never remember which one's Mark of Nature and which one's Mark of the Wild. What is it? Mark of Nature. What did I do? Flesh Eating Ghoul? Okay. Well, this thing is going to have a hard time growing big, you know. What I'm going to do... yeah, I'm going to shapeshift and attack. And I'm going to play this as a Panther. Just to, you know, further increase how much damage. There's a risk to this because it gives him another target for a removal spell. Let's say, like, he plays Wrath on this. The Flesh Eating Ghoul will grow. That'll bring this down an extra point of damage. So there's a risk to this, but I think having this here to kill off the Flesh Eating Ghoul is also fair. Plus, I can also just deal extra damage to him. So that's exactly what happens. So now, because of this, the Flesh Eating Ghoul grows to 4/3, and if he has a second Wrath, he can actually kill the Ventricle Mercenary right now. And he does. So my risk actually was a significant risk. So now I have insane card advantage against my opponent, but because of the chance that I took playing that Panther, I dealt 7 less damage to my opponent on this turn. So I guess we can classify that as a mistake. I mean, I played into double Wrath. Is that really, like, a bad move? That's debatable. Okay. I can play my own Flesh Eating Ghoul. Is that worth it? It'll just die right here. So what we're going to do is going to play a Novice Engineer instead for some more card advantage. And we're just going to play the Chillwind Yeti. So Chillwind Yeti does die to this, but he's kind of got his hands full here. He needs to kill my Silverhand Knight and the Yeti. Now, he could still win this game, but because I took that risk playing the Panther, he's in it. He's definitely in it. He's got a major life disadvantage and a board disadvantage and a card disadvantage, but he can still win the game because he is a Druid, and if he plays a big, like, Ironbark Protector or something, I'm just gonna not have a way of dealing with it. He gets to kill both my big creatures here, which is quite sad. Hopefully it has something to do with 1 mana. Alright, perfect. I am going to play Flesh Eating Ghoul and think very carefully. I think I'm going to stick with the card advantage route. The Defender of Argus will let me push through 2 extra damage, but this thing would stick around. So what I'm going to do instead is Shapeshift, kill this thing, make a Fairy Dragon, grow my own Ghoul, and swing him down 10 health. It's a bit dicey here. I don't have any of my endgame. I have 0 endgame cards, so a single Ironbark Protector just, like, pretty much ruins my life. I'd have to throw a bunch of stuff headlong into it. Luckily, I have enough creatures here that I could... I think I should be able to kill it. Interesting. Does he have like a swipe? Oh my god, a swipe Wraths me. No, Wrath. Okay. Well, the problem is that it deals a lot, and like another spell would then kill everything else off. Does he have another spell? He doesn't have another spell. If he had it, he would have used it. Okay. My left total is also a bit low. Can I win? 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can win. Whew. So let's just win. Yeah, you know, you saw here, this is a very educational game. By playing that Panther, I'm pretty sure he could not have killed my Ventricle Mercenary if I hadn't played that Panther. No, what am I talking about? Of course he could have killed the Ventricle Mercenary. Both Wraths could have gone on my own thing, and then the Flesh Eating Ghoul still would have killed it. Aha! So basically, I just lost the Panther then. I lost a card to nothing. But my Ventricle was still going to die, so it wasn't like my Ventricle could have survived. Given that he died the double Wrath, it was going to die no matter what. Okay. Sorry for the miscommentary there. It's late. Look at the time. It's late, so I missed a thing there. My Ventricle Mercenary was going to die no matter what. The difference is that I lost the Panther, and the Ventricle Mercenary still died. Because the Wrath Flesh Eating Ghoul would have been overkill. We made it to 7, which is better than winning, and we're playing a Priest. Is this our first Priest? Or a second Priest? I can't remember. Anyway, I don't really care who we play now. This is a very, very good start. Now, you have to make sure you do this right, folks. You don't innervate the Fairy Dragon. You wait until turn 2 and you innervate the Chillwind Yeti. That's what you do. That's how you do it, baby. Okay. Don't innervate the Harvest Golem. I mean, it's not like I know for a fact. It's not like, you know, God himself carved this into stone and gave it to me yesterday. Like, do not innervate Harvest Golems. I've just found in my experience that innervating a 3-drop is extremely unimpressive and your opponent doesn't have that difficult of a time dealing with it. If you're going to lose a card, because what you're doing is you're losing a card here to accelerate, you need to make sure that the card that you put into play is actually like a real pain in the hizzy my nizzy to deal with. This Chillwind Yeti is actually a huge pain. I mean, for Priest, he's already used his coin, so no acceleration for him. And I don't know if I'm enough. What am I doing? I'm all my cards now cost 2 mana less. Anyway, I'm just gonna hit this thing because what that does is it gives me card advantage, and I like that because it if he's a priest, it's a bit slow killing him because he can heal himself, and this makes up for me having spent Innervate putting this out here. Okay, so this is actually but it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I can play Shield Master, but he can heal us. So I need to kill this on this turn. So what we're going to do to kill that is, I think... Do I cash in the Golem or just use the Wrath? Let's use the Wrath. Keep my Golem sturdy. Thing about the cashing in the Golem is that it will then die to Holy Nova, the damaged Golem. And if it dies to Holy Nova, that makes him want to play Holy Nova, which will then kill off the Fairy Dragon. Now Holy Nova just kills the Fairy Dragon and nothing else. And he used his coin to make that Crocolisk, so he doesn't have a coin anyway. He's got his own Chillwind Yeti. Fair enough. I could kill it by cashing in mine and using Hero Ability. I can also use Voodoo Doctor, heal this up to back up to 5, then run in Hero Ability. I could play Senjin Shield Master and just, you know, square it off against the Yeti, which is a little bit scary, for sure. Or I could play this and the Voodoo Doctor, heal this, and just keep on swinging. Let's try that. Don't let Paladins keep creatures. You really shouldn't let Priests keep creatures either, because he can, like, Divine Health, whatever, but this is a lot of damage. I mean, he's at half health already. And I've got this board, right? So he can spend his whole turn to Holy Nova. This would die, this would die. The Yeti would then... Well, the Yeti runs in first. It would be a 4-4, and the Shield Master would die. I'd be left with a 4-3 Yeti and a 2-1 Golem. That's what he's doing. That's what he's gearing up for. Yep, I called it. It was pretty good. So he actually gets pretty good card advantage against that. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, how does that end up being so good for him? Well, okay. It's time to bust out the Hog. The boss Hog here. And I'm just going to keep on being aggressive. By not killing this thing when I had the chance, it made my Senjin die. But then this thing would have died to the Holy Nova. Then the Senjin would have lived. I don't know. But that Holy Nova really caught him up. So he's actually got card advantage against me somehow. I'm not exactly sure how. Because I got card advantage back by killing that Crocolisk. I don't know. Anyway, it happened. We'll see if he's got a Holy Smite for this. That would allow the Yeti to kill the Hogger. He could heal the Yeti first, then kill the Hogger. Then I could finish off the Yeti with Hero Ability to get a little bit of card advantage back. Keep swinging for 6. See what he's got. Does he have like some kind of a Argent Commander? Argent Commander would be the perfect card here. It would kill the Hogger off. Ooh, he's thinking a lot. Doesn't seem like he has it. You wouldn't think that much about it, would you?
My shield.
Defender of Argus. Okay, I'm really happy to see that. Oh, I'm really happy to see that too. Oh, man, that's perfect. So the Hogger gets to live, which is super great. Nourish. What I'm planning to do this turn is probably Yeti into this and Hero Ability that, and Nourish doesn't stop that, so this is actually kind of perfect. Make sure you click the right option. Drawing 3 cards is so backbreaking when you've already got an advantage. Oh, Mark of Nature, that would have been awesome. Druid of the Cloud. Well, these are all pretty friggin' fantastic cards. Yeah, let's just do this. I think that's the most logical thing. I can afford to take lots of damage still. Don't forget to attack with Hogger. Now, if I attack here, the risk is that then he will die to a Holy Smite. My opponent's very low on health. Like, really, really low. Next turn, I actually have enough mana to do Druid of the Claw, and boy am I gaining respect for this card. You wouldn't think that the 4 attack would be that useful. It's like a Blessing of Might with 1 extra attack for 2 extra mana. But this plus Blessing of Mark of Nature is actually 8 burn damage, which will kill him even after he heals up. So unless he plays Holy Fire on my Hogger, he's actually dead. It's gonna. Oh, he spent all of his mana freezing Hogger. Well, he loses now. I don't even need the Mark of Nature, actually. I don't even need the Druid of the Claw. Let's just kill him the simplest way. Man, that is that. Wow, that was Wrecking Ball powerhouse. What did I say? I said at the beginning this deck was good. And it could definitely make it to 6 wins. And it did. We're at to 8? 8-0. Oh, man. 8-0. Well, I'm happy no matter what. If I end up losing 8-3, you know what? My viewers got their money's worth out of this arena run. You got to watch a whole lot of games. And that's fun. But I haven't had a 9-0 in a long, long time. And actually, my last week has been a pretty, like, bad streak. I haven't really won any arenas. So, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get the 9-0. It'd be a good morale boost, that's for sure. Thien, the warrior. I have to make a comment, though. Several of these games were, shall we say, simplified by the presence of Hogger. Do I keep this 3-drop just because it's a 3-drop? Yeah, I'll keep it. I can coin out him and then the ghoul, let's say. And the Hogger, no, he's a really social dude. He just loves showing up. So this is the kind of hit where going second is just friggin' amazing. Because you get to play on turn 2, which is nice. And on turn 3 and on turn 4. It's like the second player curve. And we're even on my favorite map. And we drew our legendary. We're the right player here. Boy, the only thing that can make this more perfect is if I drew like Innervate and played like a turn 3 win for your Harpy. But other than that, he's got a slow start. Oh man, all the factors are in place. Okay, let's see what happens. So we're going to coin out this Blood Knight. He's a 3/3 for 3. Wow, what an epic card that was. Blah, blah, blah. My opponent now plays Scarlet Crusader, and I cry great bucketfuls of tears. The end. Well, it's not the end of the world. I would pop the Divine Shield, of course, and trade, but that would still suck. Mad Bomber, are you goddamn... Oh my god, if that Mad Bomber had killed this thing, I would have been an unhappy panda, let me tell you. Flesh-Eating Ghoul.
For Lorthamar.
For Lorthamar. That voice acting is not very good. Alright, this is a 4/3. We're waiting to see if he has a Fiery War Axe here, or a Corpcon Elite, or a Wolf Rider. Man, Warriors have a lot of answers for this, don't they? Next turn's gonna suck. Defender of Argus, naked, is awful. I don't think I would even do that, would I? I'd probably just shapeshift and call it a day and just hope that my like bevy of all late game cards in my hand would just hold the fort here. My opponent had a very slow start, so it's possible that he also, like me, is planning to just play out a bunch of late game stuff. Alright, the Rapid Weapons, as I feel like I've said a bajillion times today, is just not quite good enough to kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. What I really want is for the Defender of Argus to put taunt on something other than this ghoul. But, if I play the Yeti, the Weaponsmith just gets to kill the ghoul. Whatever, we're not going to wait for this. Let's just go ahead and do this right now. So the Flesh-Eating Ghoul can actually kill this thing now. And it can grow. So I never got to hit my opponent with it, but he is going to take 6 damage when he kills it with the axe, which actually bugged out. We're not seeing the attack value, which is kind of funny. So he takes 6 damage. No real card advantage there because I killed the Weaponsmith. And he wasted an axe tick on me for some reason. I'm not sure. He might have another weapon behind this.
We must cleanse the sun.
Okay, so he's buffing that, which is smart because it stops my defender from being able to kill it. I can see the wisdom of that play. However, I also don't mind just trading my defender for the Shatter Sun Cleric here. And yeah, let's just drop the Venture Code. This is not a winning play. I'm not trying to win with this. This is a card advantage play. I'm trying to kill the Bloodsail Raider and one other of his cards. That's sort of the goal. Now, at 6 mana, I could actually play this overpriced Wolf Rider here. So it's possible that I'll get to kill something, but unlikely, I would say, just given that he hasn't been playing much in the early game, so you'd think he'd have big drops here. Although, I guess I'll get to kill that. If it doesn't run in. Is he going to run in, or is he going to race me? I think he's actually making the absolutely correct decision. Absolutely correct decision to do that, because it hits me really hard. He's a warrior. He might be able to burn me out. It's nice that I got the Voodoo Doctor. But at the moment, the Wolf Rider actually is very good. So remember, I drafted this saying I don't have much removal, I need this. And that was a very good decision, I think. I really do need it. So, I'm ahead on cards. I'm ahead on the board. I'm very behind on life. 27 to 18. 18 I wouldn't be scared of like against a Paladin or like a Druid, but against a Warrior, it's a bit scary because we've seen it on the channel where they'll play like Arcanite Reaper and then like Captain frickin' Greenskin, and all of a sudden, is he gonna race me? I think it's the correct decision to race. He is making the correct decisions left and right here. Well, I got my card advantage off of this, so I guess I did its job in that sense. And on an empty board, I'm gonna play Hogger. and heal up. So it's nice that my hero ability heals me up, and obviously not as much as the warriors, but we'll see if he's got the answer for the Hogger. I mean, he needs like basically either a Mortal Strike, or if it's not Mortal Strike, I think he needs 2 cards. One to get rid of this, one to kill the Hogger, or like Slam Execute or Whirlwind Execute or something. Uh-oh. Oh, he's got a silence. Okay, so this is a 4/4, and I got a 2/2 out of it. It's not the end of the world. Okay, Mark of Nature is interesting. I can make this guy a 4/8. And play another Taunter just in case. Or I could play Wind Fury Harpy. What are the odds this would actually live the turn? Very low, I would say. I think I'd rather play 2 creatures, though, than a creature and a buff. So let's just go ahead and do this. This. And whatever. I'll trade part of a creature for that, and then we'll swing with the null. So he's got 5 cards to my 7. Life is really my only concern, but I've got Taunt, plus I have another Taunt here. I can make my Yeti a 4/9 Taunter. Man, that's so crazy. Okay, Arcanite Reaper, I'm very glad to have Taunters. That means he's not burning me out anytime soon. I have more Taunt coming in, so that's fine. It's gonna kill my Ascension, of course. Very reasonable. Does he have anything with 4 mana? He's been kind of slow all game, I would say. He's gonna make that Taunt, which is utterly irrelevant. It's just a 2-drop and Armor Up. Okay, I'm happy to see that. So I can take care of this, actually. This is all totally fine. What I can do here is just, I think, this. I don't want to use my hero ability to kill that. I'm just going to do this. Use my Yeti to kill this. I can play the Archmage and make it a 4/11 Taunt again. Or I could play the Wind Fury Harpy, make it a 4/9. So the thing about that is, you know, I can actually play it and then play this Grunt and float the Harpy. Poker terms. And then I can make it a 8/5 with Wind Fury hitting for 16 damage. Whatever, we'll go for it. I mean, look, I'm winning in this arena right now. I'm at 8-0. If I lose this game, I still have a chance to go up to 9 wins. Let's go for it here. I think that would just be fun to see. That would be a fun way to close things out if it actually works. So he doesn't want to use the Arcanite Reaper on this, you know, janky Taunter. But notice I took it. Remember I drafted this thing? And I was like, yeah, Taunt is good. I mean, this thing is good just because it's a Taunter. It's all you need sometimes. What's really hilarious is if he doesn't put a, if he doesn't armor up, I would actually win this turn, which is really funny. Okay, he armors up. Okay, let's think about this for just a second. Do I get any more damage in here? Oh, a Nourish. Well, let's think. So if I put this on, this is an 8. Winfrey, so it's 16 plus 4 is, it's 20 damage, so I couldn't have won regardless. 20 damage. I still have a lot of mana. He can get me down to 10. Oh, man, can he kill me at 10 health? It's possible that a warrior would hit me down to 10 and then, like, with 3 cards, have a way of finishing me off. It's possible. Not likely, though. Alright, so I think what I want to do is Nourish this and Hero Ability for that extra point health. So let's go ahead and draw the cards. It's possible if I get like another buff, I'll be able to pull it out and win. Use it. Oh my god, I think this actually works. Because this is an extra 4 damage. Man, this Mark of Nature. How did I ever live my life without drafting that card highly? Gotta respect it, man. And Wind Fury Harpy, all the Wind Fury Harpy haters are crying in their boots now. That's a phrase. Wow. Well, we haven't made it to 9 wins in a long time, folks, but for those of you who have stuck with me through my losses and my adjustments, I hope this was worth the wait. If you enjoyed the video, please like and/or subscribe. This is definitely going into Papa Boris' greatest hits. And if you want to stick around for Papa Boris' Happy Fun Time bonus hour, well, let's go ahead and open up the gate. Man, Druid is really moving up. I feel like I've learned how to play Druid properly. Watch me like lose the next 3 Druid games in a row, but I really feel like I've learned how to do it right. Golden Nourish, I think? 180 gold, whatever, it's fine. I don't think I have Nourish, actually, so I might have to keep that golden card around. Wait, only 1 pack? Oh, I got a Golden Nourish instead of a pack. Well, the average pack just gives me 40 dust, so a Golden Nourish is 100 dust, so I would say it's better just for that. But psychologically, like, I lose the chance, you know, to maybe get a legendary or something, and so that makes me wish I'd rather have the pack. Oh, I do actually have 2 regular nourishes. Okay, so this is 60 more dust compared to an average pack, but I didn't have the chance at another legendary, which is kind of sad. I wanted to check Shadow Flame because I believe I have 3 of them. Oh, well, I can just go into crafting mode. Okay, yeah, that's a totally duplicate pack. Why was I looking at that card individually? Because it's 1:52 a.m. That's why. Okay, well, yeah, that was awesome. Boy, am I in a good mood. I haven't been in this good of a mood for a while. So our next arena is going to be Priest, Rogue, or Shaman. I would actually play Warlock again to try this aggro thing. I think these are all pretty recent. I definitely played Rogue today. Shaman is pretty recent. Maybe Priest? I don't know. We'll see. So thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please support the channel by liking the video and or subscribing to the channel. And man, I'm in a good mood. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Till then.